Let me get this thing going.
Here we go.
We are live. Where's this thing here? Welcome in, everybody.
The woo woo to the woo woo woo. Happy Wednesday. Time for the midweek mashup.
Shout out to Savage Nation
in the building.
I'm telling you, I wear merch all the time. I'm always supporting somebody out here.
Right on.
Hey, Kenneth. Hey, Jay. So it's Wednesday. What is today? The 8th of March. This is already flying by.
Yeah.
Happy Women's Health Month. And today is International Women's Day. Shout out to all the women.
Boom. Shout out to everybody.
It's on my cue card here. So welcome in. Miss Nita Boo. Hey, how you doing? So it's a little combination day. Few announcements. So happy International Women's Day. And we have some YouTube updates and tips. Of course, my StreamYard is not showing the change, but anyway, it has changed. Hey, uniquely lavish. Hashtag Mama Knows Best. Yes, put that in the comments too. Hashtag the mamas. Converse with the mamas. All the mamas. Like everything.
Yes.
So
it's a National Women's Day or National Women's Month, week, something, and then there's International Women's Day. So this is International Women, because I had to do a little research. Y'all know I like to get the facts straight.
Yes.
So yeah, this is International Women's Day. So women all around the world, honey.
Yes, join in. Start a love train.
Love train. People all over the world.
Yes. We can make a song out of anything, I swear.
Okay. Okay. We'll find a song. We're going to do something. It's going to be some singing on the live.
They try to limit us, but that's okay. Can't copyright us. Georgia girl. Hey. Yeah, shout out to all the women doing their thing, whatever their thing is. Okay. Hey, fishing man.
Their thing or nothing, whatever.
All the things or nothing.
Yeah.
Okay. So we did a thing today at work. I'll just share the screen for the International Women's Day collages that are going on. So at work, they had like all the Zoom backgrounds that you could possibly have, right? Which is cool. There's so many out there. But, you know, I wasn't feeling it. So I was just listening in. And shout out to them for at least trying to have some incorporation. But I want to know, and this is just off the cuff. I didn't even I'm about to say it now, but I was thinking about it in the meeting. There were two dudes. Like, one was a medical director. I think he was like hosting the event, and then the other guy was like IT. But I'm like, thanks for the help and all the stuff, but like they chimed in. And I don't know, is it just me? Am I being petty? Am I being like whatever? Because they had the dudes talking. Hey, Pete. Hey, the gambler. I wanna be clearer, because sometimes I say things that don't really span the way that I wanted them to. So like they had a panel of women, beautiful women celebrating, you know, International Women's Day, right?
Right.
Which I thought was great. And they were just talking about all women in leadership, and our company, which I won't name, is one of a few companies that is a CEO woman out there. The the previous CEO passed away. So I don't know if that was by default or whatever. But anyway, she's a woman. She's in charge. And 66% of our company is women, which is great. Leadership and all throughout. Yeah, I'm at work too, the gambler. So I hear you. I use this lunch break as my time to do this. Anyway, so I just felt slighted a bit because they had the women answering all these women questions, like how has your life changed being in a corporate position and your background being in the military. And then, like they were giving all their feedback from their backgrounds. And then, having Dr. Patel chime in. Like, can we just not? Like, that's how I felt. Like, can we just have a whole panel of women? Find some woman IT person and find some doctor that you need to have on the panel. That's a woman for International Women's Day. That was my.
So, like, what were their purpose?
They were chiming in. So,
like, do they identify as women or something? What do you mean? Like,
no, definitely not. He wasn't, and neither was Mike, the sound guy.
I'm just like, what? I mean, I'm trying to understand their purpose.
I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, this is supposed to be. Know. I don't know.
Maybe for a man's perspective on International Women's Day and what they were conversing about.
I just felt like it took away from the whole celebration. That's kind of how I felt. Like we can celebrate, having International Women's Day, and then I just didn't feel like it was necessary. Like maybe he runs the program and just needed to be there, but why is he answering the panel questions is my thing.
Okay, so the panel had questions and each one of them answered and he answered along with them.
Mm-hmm. So if I was like, so I'm going to ask everybody in the group, how do you feel women have advanced in society today in corporate America? Mm-hmm. And Dr. Patel answers.
Mm. Interesting.
Hey, the Griffins. I know it's coming off a little hot and heavy already, but anyway, that was just my thing. I was just listening in. I've been listening into a lot of these, I'm on this Inspire. Is that what it's called? Yes, Inspire employee engagement thing. Yesterday was actually interesting because they were talking about fear and anxiety, which I think is a great topic that we should probably tackle one day. And I was just listening in to everybody's ideas, especially work-life balance, that they keep throwing out that word lately. I feel like it's a new word.
Buzzword.
Mm-hmm. Only to make you feel comfortable, but we'll talk about it another day. Hey, Lisa. So happy International Women's Day. We got 2 women up on the stage, the mamas, okay, representing over here. Mama's working and dealing with all the mama stuff. And I feel personally, this is way overdue for women being in corporate America or having higher levels of positions, higher level positions, because, and somebody mentioned it in the thing, they were saying, like women have run households. Of course we can tackle corporate America. Mm-hmm. So that's just my thought. Maybe I'll just calm down. Right, Jay?
I mean, I think it's an interesting perspective because a lot of people still, I'm not going to say a lot of people, I know that there are people out there who still feel like women are incompetent or inferior to men. And it's quite a shift in, it takes quite the shift in perspective to change that mentality. You know what I mean? Because when people see women, sometimes they see caretakers, nurturers, and not someone who is a decision maker and all that. But in essence, that is exactly what most resonates about most women, you know, the ability to have sound judgment. And I know that, you know, you see these movies like, what is it, that portray women just, going.
Oh, isn't there a new one coming out? It's like, oh, it's a 2-word title of a movie. Oh my gosh. It's like a remake they're going to do, I think. You know what I'm trying to say out there.
But I think over time that women have proven that we are, like they say, you can save a child, or you can do this, you just like superhuman, you know what I'm saying? Like, like if there's anything to tackle or to challenge or to do, a woman is probably going to be the best person to think about it strategically. But since it's been,
Fatal Attraction.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, they could do some type, something like that.
Hey,
they try to portray us as emotional and erratic,
overly emotional.
Overly. Mm-hmm.
And somebody did bring that up in the meeting on International Women's Day. They were calling it out. Actually, Dr. Patel was saying something about that. He used a word. It was like social conforming or something like that. But yeah, like women are portrayed to be, and I don't know where it comes from, other than maybe somebody's inability to see the positive qualities of a woman. Mm-hmm. Because if you trust a woman to, carry a life, take care of that life, and make decisions about that life, I think managing a company is a lot less. Also, the nurturing aspect is great when it comes to being compassionate or being a thoughtful leader and in management. They were also talking about having a diverse group within companies. And I think you mentioned it either in the live this morning or it was yesterday about us all not being the same, because that would be super boring. Mm-hmm. And that's what good companies or good managers should be looking for, is having diverse groups of people, because then you get a whole range of ideas and perspectives. And it's not to challenge people, but it's good to open your mind and allow creativity. Because if you have a whole bunch of people who, just like red, then everything's always going to be red. Nobody's ever going to want to change it. But if you have people that like a bunch of different colors, then you start to open your surroundings about different things. So it's not just colors, it's food, it's
entertainment.
Yeah.
How you
Yep. So they were also talking about society, which this is off of that too, and society's perspective on women in corporate, women in healthcare, women in positions where they change things. So like teachers, healthcare, which healthcare is everything, doctors, nurses, the aides, the phlebotomist, the techs, the x-ray person, and lawyers. Women are going out into that too now, or more than ever. And then I heard a perspective saying, that it was an older lady. Actually, it was Billie Jean King this morning. I was listening to her. There's a women's summit that's happening in Abu Dhabi right now. And it just happened to be.
Here's what I found.
Oh my God, Siri. It just happened to be, International Women's, whatever. So Billie Jean King, the famous tennis player, she was saying that men in general felt slighted at her time when she was coming up and she was like the best tennis player. They felt slighted because it made men look inefficient or less than. And it's so crazy that one woman could make a population of men feel inferior. Like, that is weird to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's good at tennis, so all of a sudden you're up in arms. That's
is because we have that egotistical type of mind. We tend, some people tend to have that egotistical mind, like the greatest of all time. That's what I'm saying. Like, that is why and people try to sweep stuff under the rug. They're like, okay, this is why racism still exists. It still exists, even though there is a shift into classism or that type of layout, now. But that is why, because it is ingrained. Like, it's hard to get something that is like so ingrained out of society.
Yes. And those mentalities and those dynamics don't actually pan out for the betterment of everybody. So anyway,
you know what? And it's so sad. And I was listening to something. It was it was sort of like a podcast, but not really. It's just like an open panel discussion. And they were saying that, well, at least we don't have it as bad as somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? I was like, this is what we are. This is your level set. You got messed up and more messed up and the most messed up. Come on now. Look, like I told you, like this mind shift of we thrive, just scratching and surviving to thriving. Like, this is just ridiculous. Don't make something that is not the standard a standard. That's ridiculous,
Yeah.
You're never going to thrive for more. You're never going to step out the comfort zone and think of the next greatest thing. If this is what well, at least it's not this over here. What the heck?
That's also one of those things that I want to talk about one day too, is like popular phrases that actually don't make any sense. Like we've succumbed to saying these phrases that when you break it down doesn't really make a good impression or is very thoughtful, like saying to somebody,
that's a good idea. Put it on one of them post-it notes on your desk. I know you got them right there. Put it on there. And I'm telling you, because even the one that says, even the saying, if I can do it, you can do it. No.
Yeah.
No, just because you can do it don't mean that I can do it. I can do what I can do. You can do what you can do, and we can do what we do together. But it don't mean that just because you're capable and able don't mean that I have the skills and abilities and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? We are not all good at the same things. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But I understand what they're saying. It may not be the same thing, but if I can show this whatever, then you can too. But and that leads people, the words are so powerful, it leads people to say, oh, well, you know what, she did go drive a car 100 miles an hour and she made it. I'm gonna go ahead and try that. She did it, I can do it. What?
Yeah. So I did drop the link if anybody wants to come up. Must be on topic. And you must have your clothes on.
Thank you in advance.
Disclaimer. So I have.
I was listening. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go.
I was listening to Steve Harvey this morning. He closed out the show talking about International Women's Day. He said y'all should really have a whole year, because y'all do so much. You run a household. You make sure kids get to school, study, do this, that, and the other. And remind folks when the car, even when the oil needs change. Remember, the car needs to be changed. That you bring forth life, you nourish, all those things. It should be like an all year thing. But I think International Women's Day is saying, you know what? So many times they tell my women can't get along, especially Black women. They can't get along. They can't get nothing done. They always competing and all that kind of stuff. And I said, so many times that we've proven on just our own YouTube channel that is fallacy, and we can get along and we can get things done and we can work together.
Yeah. And that's so funny, because you haven't read my cue card, but my other thing was on there. I know. It says sisterhood on there. So I'll segue into that. And is it a thing? And should we instead of promoting it so much, because the silent, to me, you do things in silence because you don't want recognition, but you want the job done, and instead of promoting or claiming sisterhood, it's more, actions speak louder than words a lot of times. Like, I don't think I've found anything where you saying something actually proves anything.
Right.
So a sisterhood is a great thing, and women supporting women. I put it on my I put in empowered women empower women.
Mm.
So we should all just uplift each other, because we all know like what each of us is going through to a degree. You know, we know what it feels like to have up days and down days and overwhelmed days and really high days and overbalanced and underwhelmed, and you've got a million things going on and processing in your head, and you don't exclaim all of that every single day. You know, you don't wake up and be like, I brushed my teeth, you know, but like sometimes I feel like there's people out there that are like, look at me, I brushed my teeth today, you know, and I'm like, dude, we do that all the time and we don't even talk about it.
Yeah.
So I do agree, it should be all year around and every single day, but not to the extent of like, you know, it's more of acknowledging that women take on way more than they're even asked to without being asked. Because if it doesn't get done, you know, who's going to do it?
Right. That part.
And the next thing I was going to talk about was tone policing. That was something I heard today.
Tone policing?
So remember how we were just talking about women being overly emotional or irrational because they are emotional? This lady in the group, I think her name was Tara. I don't remember her last name, but she was talking about tone policing and how people will take your tone, even though your tone may not be offensive, but because you're a woman, and maybe especially a woman of color or a woman of a certain ethnicity. I don't even know how to say this nowadays. It's like, if you're more melanated, they think that you're coming across with an attitude, or you're aggressive, or, you know, and that's the tone policing. It's like people will catch you saying something and say that, oh, I don't like your tone. Or the way that you're saying that is offensive. When really that's just, I've been accused of it. I don't know that it was related to any colorism, but I've been told that my accent and my tone are offensive because I'm usually monotone and I get straight to the point. And a lot of people don't like that.
Well, you know, especially in your profession, I like to get quick and to the point. Don't be using forcing when you're trying to get his doctor or whatever, my situation. So I need them to be able to react, you know what I'm saying? But you know, that goes into diversity again. We cannot expect for you to be like me and me to be like you, okay? And just because you don't feel like somebody's tone is appropriate doesn't mean that it isn't. That it may not be something that you are accustomed to. But that's when, you know, I told you, people make instant judgment. I would look at, you know, she got on that, she must be going to work out. We make these instant judgment, and it's good that we are able to, but it's also it's like a double-edged sword. You know what I'm saying? Because we need to be, okay, that looks like a dangerous situation, but you don't want to be paranoid. It's a balance there. And so I think that you have to take not only the person's tone, but especially you take in some other cues from them, and not just a tone, but what exactly did she say? You know, like, oh, I like that apple. Oh man, I like that apple. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The whole tone range, you know what I'm saying, could mean a whole different thing. And when you are confused and doubt or whatever, say, hey, what did you mean by so and so? Oh, I just meant da 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 da. So you get understanding. There is an open line of communication. You know what I'm saying? So don't just jump to, oh, I don't like your tone. Well, how do you know what my tone is? You don't even know me. You know what I'm saying? I think we can be so quick. And I was listening to the interview that we did on Turn to Talk podcast on Saturday, and everything that not everything, but most of the time he flipped it, whether it was a negative or whatever, he always came back positive. You know what I'm saying? It was very positive. And, you know, most like all the football players have had media training, get on there and know what to say, how to say it well, and most of them do it well. And that's what I love about it. And I think genuinely, but just based on the interactions we had, he's so into helping and wanting to see people do better. And, you know, that it resonates through his personality. But, you know, the key to me is, you know, people say automatically, you know, like it's just another form of separation. When we are chipping away little pieces of people. You know, say, oh, you can't talk like this, you can't look like this, oh, you can't wear your hair like this, you can't do this. So you want this bland person, you want everybody to walk around and be who's saying, where's the standard? Who sets this standard? You know, you can't talk too loud. Well, some folks just talk loud. You got bad hearing. You live in the country. You know, you have to yell out, hey, you know, because you might have to yell down the street. So you just start to talk louder. That doesn't mean that you're angry, upset, or excited. You know what I'm saying? I might just talk loud. Just accept people for who they are and how they roll. You know what I'm saying? Or don't be around them. You know. But anyway, that's just my. I hijacked that one. I must have been passionate about that one.
Oh, I love it. That's great.
I mean, I just don't like things that help to keep on separating us. You know,
right?
You can't talk like that. You know,
because you're picking at little things, really. Because they don't like to chip at the fact that we do have something in common.
Exactly.
You know, and what happened to finding commonalities with each other and not focusing so much on differences.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that was part of the meeting that I was in earlier, and I just thought it was interesting. So let's be a little more mindful of how things have improved, especially for women. Not all women, because that's why the celebration of International Women's Day. Because there's still a lot of changes that need to be made, and you can't forget that, but you can't harp on it either. You know.
I'm gonna let this silly dog in.
So I'm going to switch gears over to YouTube updates. So I welcome everybody that has just come in. Thank you. We were just talking about International Women's Days today, and some things that we both have either learned, heard, discussed, overheard, whatever. So let me refresh my thing because I'm going to share my screen. I want to share my actual YouTube, and if Frugal Mama wants to share hers, she's more than welcome. If anybody wants to come up, I'll drop the link again because we're going to talk about YouTube updates. And if you have a channel, then a lot of this will affect you. So I have notes. So I do want to talk about adding a trailer, cards, end screens, and making sure your monetization button is on if you are monetized. We both are. Not that matters, like pennies is pennies right now. And they're trying to take all of what you can make on YouTube away. Sadly, folks are more focused on how someone is different rather than all the qualities they have. I know, and even great qualities, You're not late. Okay. So let me share my screen.
Some of it. Also, this music situation. Yeah, boy, they're trying to make you pay for music that was just free. What?
Yes.
In the world? Well, now some of the stuff wasn't free. Mm-hmm.
Nothing is free for too long around here.
Nothing.
So I'm sharing because I have full transparency and it doesn't really matter to me. But I try to be honest and tell you guys what works and what doesn't work based off of my own experience. Can't really tell you about other people's experience. But anyway, my analytics are kind of all over the place. It depends, right? As you know, hey, Mr. OG Writer. As you know, I've been putting out some shorts, remixes, and for the season, summer try-on hauls, which are taking a really good turn, some better than others. But I wanted to share my performance, okay? So if you go on your YouTube studio, this would be your channel dashboard. It's on the laptop, on the computer. I don't have an Android, but according to Miss V, you can see everything on your Android. And she does really good, little shorts and tips and tricks lately. So this is typical, my views for my videos. May not matter to most, but I normally see about 100. And then it'll tell you, this is the latest video that was yesterday, 4 out of 10. But if you hover over it, it'll tell you which one was making the bank. And it was, at this point in time, first 23 hours and 44 minutes, the Temu bikinis, Temu haul that was gifted, Temu haul number 4. And this one is number 4. So surprisingly,
it looks different than mine.
Oh, really?
It looks slightly different. That's cool.
That's what I say. I can only tell you my stuff. So you can go on there and see right here, average duration that was watching was 6 minutes and 55 seconds, which is more than what usually happens. So typically people only hang out in my video for 2 to 3 minutes, which is sad because not all of my videos are that short. And this click-through rate is important. That's why it has a check mark, but we're not here to talk about that. We're talking about trailers, cards, end screens, and if you're monetized. So if you go to content, which is on the left-hand side of your screen, I'll go into this one, which is coming up on Friday.
Oh yeah. By the way, your screen does look like mine. It just when I like because on your dashboard you had upload and I had a live. So when you clicked over, you clicked on something and gave you expanded view or whatever. Okay, cool. I'm with you.
Yeah, because you could close that. So I do have TubeBuddy. You see, it's up here. It's on one of my extensions. I have that in vidIQ. I don't really use vidIQ as much as I use TubeBuddy. So if you see something that's different, it's probably that. So video details. We've talked about this so much that it's still really important. You have 100 characters that you can use for your title. And per a lot of YouTubers that do help, like Nick Nimmons, your title should be exactly the same as the first line in your description. Okay, that's one of the tips I'm telling you right now. All of this you can customize and put it in your settings, which will probably be another video. What I'm focusing on is this right here on the right hand side, which is visibility. Subtitles is really important now, in screen and cards. So when I say subtitles are important now, apparently there's, I haven't seen it yet, but Miss V said MLA, which is about languages, to get other people across the world to be able to translate your videos. So I do allow subtitles on all of my videos. That's under settings in the first screen. But in screens are super important, must have, always. If you forget and your video already went up, oh, let me go back. If you forget and your video already went up, you can still do it, okay? So when you do an end screen, this is a whole separate video that you attach at the end when you're editing, right? So if you don't know how to make one, it could be a 3-second clip that you make on your editing device software. Canva is really cool. That's what I use. But just something that says, and we'll click on it, something that says, you know, like, comment, and subscribe, or thank you for watching. Because it keeps a little bit longer in time for people to finish chatting in the Premiere, or, you know, like going back and leaving a comment. It just gives a little bit of extra time. Plus it reroutes them to any other videos that you might have. And that's what this is, a video element. So you can click most recent, I usually default to best for viewer. So it'll allow YouTube to select a video from your channel that best suits that viewer. So it's more customized for the viewer. Or choose specific video. So if you wanted them to go back to the last, Victoria's Secrets try on, then I guess you could. You always want to make sure you save all of your elements when you're done. And even if you think that that's saved, you still want to go somewhere in your description box. And I always make an extra line and then hit save again, because otherwise it did not save. They're not going to tell you that, but it won't save. And then you'll be pissed. Like, hey, Don Easy, I just went back to the chat real quick. What's up? Jared talks. Charlene Heals. Edward is in the building. Member of the month. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay, so that was end screens. If you are doing a premiere, I'll describe a premiere real quick. That's where it's kind of like a live. You get more watch time on a premiere than you would if you just uploaded a video. And that depends on how many people are in the chat. You want to schedule your premieres after you create your thumbnail, because once you put a premiere up, it's already locked on that thumbnail. You can always undo it by putting it back in a private and whatever, but sometimes I make a mistake too. So I like to do all my editing and then put the premiere. Anything you want to say? 'Cause I'm like out of breath.
No, I do the best for viewer one too, because I feel like it may be just based on things that they may have watched in the past or something, so they may be more inclined to put click on that one. But I looked at some of the stats for end screen. People don't even make it to the end of my dang on video.
I know. This is all being super hopeful. Like I said,
I'd be like, I got a 5-minute video. What do you mean you did? And it could be like somebody looking for, because Family Dollar, one of my favorite things. Family Dollar. Oh, okay, she's not getting none of the stuff that I want to get. Boom, going out. Whatever the case may be. But I was like, man, you may want to stay to the end. I always let a video play out. But anyway, if like I have my what is it called? Where at the end of the video, it'll go to the next video. Like it doesn't delay. It'll go to whatever. Like if you have no end screen, it'll go on to whoever video. But if you have an end screen, it'll pick something. It'll stay on your channel. So I was like, shoot, if even just in case they did walk away from it, let me put this doggone end screen on here so they can at least stay on my channel until they realize, oh, I'm still watching this. This girl right here. Oh yeah, girl, you saw me. You was with me for a while, honey. Yes. Because it just keep on rotating. So, but yeah, that's how.
Point. That is a good point. So next is cards. Now I'm going to tell you why I'm getting all this information and where I'm getting it from. So if you download TubeBuddy, you can use my link. I have one for under 1K. It's free, but if you use mine, I get a little something. I don't even know what it is because nobody's used it, but it tells you best practices, and this is where I get my information. So I have 8 out of 11 best practices. So I'll show you which ones are completed. Adding tags, but it'll tell you here, add an end screen. If you don't know, they'll even show you how to attach it. Add info card, add a playlist. Hold on, I went too fast. Title is between 20 and 70 characters, which is the first thing I told you about. Sorry. Scrolling too fast here. So the next thing is cards. And these things are important because, like Frugal Mama said, you want to redirect people back to your channel. You don't want them to leave. Unfortunately, they're not even staying past the 3 minutes because of short attention spans. This is why shorts are really important. I didn't even have that on my list, but I've always been saying since I saw shorts that shorts are awesome. They're great to catch people's attention, and some may fail, some may catch on really quick. The ones that you don't think catch are the ones that catch. The ones that you were like, man, this is a banger. It doesn't catch. And it all depends on time.
Really like this one.
Yeah, time and day. So Warrior said, I will, especially knowing I'm trying to build up. Right. Yes. So premieres and lives are great. And if you can't physically be on screen, then a premiere is great as long as you are in the chat. I've missed a few of mine, so I'm not, perfect. But that's due to conflicting issues here. So premieres are great. Make sure you schedule them based on your analytics. That tells you when your people watch. Not my people, your people. Like the people who are subscribed to you. Shorts and remixes. Shorts or trunks. And remixes are my thing right now. So end screens we talked about. Cards are equally as important. That's a horrible shot, but you want to have 5 spread out. You want to redirect people back to your channel. So make sure all of your cards are about your channel unless you are doing a specific video to redirect people to go to other people's channels. Just know that when you do that, they might leave your video, which cuts down on your watch time and your click-through rate, okay? So if you want to redirect somebody, the best way to do it is putting their link in your comments, in your description. At the end of a premiere, you can do a redirect, which I can show you that too. Hey, House of X, I be in awe whenever the views go up on my shorts. I know, because it's so random. And you just got to keep dishing them out. I wouldn't say put 20 in a day because it won't be a lot that catch, but you just never know. So cards, and the way to do a card, I'll show you real quick. So I already have these set up, but if I wanted to add another one, your limit is 5. You would just click on where, I'm giving you like a preview, so good Lord. You would click on where you want the card to land in the video. The best advice is in your intro of saying, this is what this video is going to be about. That's the best time to drop a card in the beginning when you know you said it, to redirect them to that video. So you just click on where you want it, and then you would click on here. You see, you can only have 5. You would click on here, and then it would say add a card, and it would say video, playlist, or something else. And then you would click video or playlist if you want, and then it will drop it there. Just make sure you hit save there. And again, make a dot in your, description box and hit save again. I thought I told you. I know. Worried. I don't know. I got to give the people what they want. I'm running out of money, and I don't need any more bathing suits, to be honest. I probably have enough to last me every day of the year, which
Not
is
every
really
day.
crazy. But they're different styles. I'll say that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's go back to the Premiere part and how to edit the Premiere once you figured out your thumbnail. So here is the countdown. When you go into the video and you're waiting for everybody to come into the lobby or for the Premiere, this is where you change that countdown screen. And there's a whole bunch of them. You pick which one ever you want. And the countdown minutes. So you can have countdown 5 minutes, but just know you might lose a lot of people. So 2 minutes seems okay. 1 minute seems very quick. And this is a good spot right here. If you wanted to redirect, I know I've seen Scratch and Pete do this. When he has somebody to follow him, you add their channel. So my video would be here, but you can search videos from other channels over here if you wanted to. Those are the ones that pop up because those are the people I follow. And what I suggest is adding a trailer because you actually get watch time on these trailers. So it could be any video. It just has to be 15 seconds to 3 minutes. So while people are in your countdown or before the premiere ever starts, you add your own video. I highly recommend that.
Man, I said stop doing the trailer, because I feel, because some people go, it seems like they come into the video and they think that the trailer is the video.
Yeah,
they talking about, yeah, I enjoyed it. I'm like, the premiere ain't even came on yet. What is you talking about? I'm like, I don't think people get this trailer concept. So I had stopped doing it. I didn't even know you get some views on that too.
You do.
I did not know that. Tell the truth, man. Because I was like, how you leaving a note? I'm like, oh, they talking about the trailer video. I was like, oh Lord.
Warriors. We got to figure it out. It has to be when I'm off, which is almost rare. But I want to do another Fall Guys because that was really fun. So let me show you the monetization button. You have to scroll down a little bit, and it's off of here. So go out of content, and all of my videos are monetized. But you can go back once you are newly monetized. For those channels who aren't, you can go back and monetize all your videos. It takes a lot of time because we've all done it, right, Frugal?
Yeah, it takes a lot of time.
But you can. So you would click on the little arrow, or you could do this in YouTube Studios as well. And sometimes it's not an option on Shorts, but you just click on all, and then you'd have to agree to the terms and services, which basically mean that you're not swearing, you're not being sexually nuded, whatever. There's no, what is it, like discrimination or some crap. Yeah. Anyway, you can also schedule your videos here. I just find it to be highly taxing and almost gets you in trouble a lot because you can accidentally click on save and publish, and then your video's out. And you could really undo it, but then it's such a pain in the butt to do that. Now, if you are monetized, this is your favorite spot right here. Watch time, hours, and estimated revenue. Now, YouTube does not pay you until you hit $100 in that month. So this is a accumulation from last month, just to let you know. It's very sad, but it's true. And I want to show you that because a lot of people, I don't know how they do it. I don't know what I'm doing, maybe wrong. I'll figure that out one day. But they claim to make a lot more than what I've been seeing. So those are the favorite buttons that I have for monetized channels that are wondering why they're not getting as many views or people redirected to their channels. You need to self-promote. And unfortunately, that's the way that YouTube works, is by you promoting you. So in your video, this is something I didn't write down here, but in your video, you need to just brag about you and be like, hey, catch me live on whatever day at this time, and just reiterate it kind of all the time. Even though you might be tired of saying, subscribe to my channel, because I think we all are as content creators. You think everybody knows, but they don't know. And remember that YouTube is owned by Google, and the creation of YouTube was a search engine and still is. So if your content is not searchable, people will not find you. Okay, that was my other one, searches. So if I typed in right now, Victoria's Secret bikinis, I know my name is popping up there because that has to be a very popular search right now. People are on the mission of summer bodies, right? Even though it's still not technically spring, people are in it. Victoria's Secret is harassing me to buy more stuff. But that's the way it is. If your stuff is not searchable, only the YouTube community knows you. So if you are handy and you can help somebody fix a thermostat or a gasket on their car, or how to change an oil real quick, or put together a golf cart, or something that's, you know, handy in that way, people are looking for stuff like that. If you are couponing, people are looking for stuff like that because everybody's trying to save a buck or a penny at this point.
Okay.
If you're up here just to talk about your personal life and your personal business, it's not really searchable, you know? So you're basically just talking to your specific audience. And that's why I know me and Frugal Mama, I'm including her in this because we've learned a lot of stuff together. You have to be searchable. And it only matters if the things that you are putting out there is high quality content. And the other thing is, do people like you? Because we all know if they can't stand the sound of your voice, they don't like the way your teeth look, or your hair is jacked up, it's just like an automatic disqualification, you know, like they don't even care what your stuff is about. They're just going to click on to the next person who presented the same exact thing that you did. So you have to be likable. And just make sure that you're serious trying to get in here big time. Okay. Just make sure that your stuff is quality, high quality, like all the time. Like the Stock Explorer just came in here. She talks about stocks. Finances and money is a big thing. So people are gravitated towards that. I can't get up here and talk about stocks because I don't know all the ins and outs. But I like listening to people who know what they're talking about. You know, and
then I can start quoting them.
Yeah.
Nora said it's not financial advice or anything, but you might Nora got the plug. Lisa J.
Yes.
So I'd be like, okay, this is not my lane. I'm not good at stuff like that. However.
So what did Jay say? Shout out to making sure, yes, is always quality. You've been trying to get Mike to do videos about cars. Yeah, even if it's a small video, boss lady, even if it's a small short video, I don't know. If you're good at it and you're natural at it, it comes across more likable because people don't feel like you're faking it or you're reading off a teleprompter, you know? So there's two other things that I want to mention. The first 8 seconds for content creators is what YouTube is listening to for profanity. And according to Miss V, she said today that they are going back to your other monetized videos and looking for profanity.
Who comes and started listening to? Who started their live or video cussing?
I don't know.
I notice that. Like, who is thinking of these rules in back of YouTube? Like, I'm like, okay, they just
somebody
something and then be like, well, you know what? I think we should listen for the first 8 seconds for profanity. Who come up flip flop flip? Like,
yeah.
Bill Cosby used to say. Who does that? What sense does this make?
What in the flim flam
over here? It don't make sense. Like, who talks like that? Have y'all put a one in the chat if you came into somebody live stream or video and it's straight cussing in the first 8 seconds? I'm just wondering. I might have been missing that. I don't know. Put a 1 in the chat if you've seen this happen before, and put a 2 in the chat if you have never seen this happen before. Let me put, where is my 2 at? Because I never seen that. Just rules to just be making up rules when they could be looking for solutions and resolutions for other stuff. I ain't never. Oh, where you be hanging out? That they start going. Where you be hanging out? Where be doing all that? Oh Lord, I've never heard of this before. Like, it's so many other things. Like, can I get a filter on my mentions so I know the ones that I done responded to or not? You know what I'm saying? Can I get that? YouTube. They say if you say something a lot, then YouTube. Listen to me because you doggone show ain't listening to my suggestion or you haven't responded to it. Like, doggone show done ask for it. I be in YouTube creators. They send something out to be on your main page in your studio. I look at it and I leave a note. Hey, it would be great if we could. I don't know if anybody's monitoring these comments, but can y'all put a filter on these mentions so I know which ones I done been through or not?
Yes.
And who told them? Since it's gonna start into a rant, just warning, FYI. Why is it that we can't play all on videos? We gotta go through. You gotta go pick this video. I just want all the videos to play. Just let me let me go through all of them. Who decided this stuff? Anyway, okay.
Somebody put it out there because now they're instituting it.
But why none of my ideas get instituted? I done suggested multiple times that we need a filter on these mentions.
It doesn't make the cut. And if you guys see surveys out there for channels that you have been watching, please fill them out nicely. You know,
they could be. Oh, beef sick. Yeah, I do. I try to, because one time I left a bad review and my views went down. I said, I ain't never saying nothing negative about YouTube no more. For the record, everything is good. Everything is great. I love y'all. I love you, YouTube. I love you. I love you. I love you. Everything you're doing, everything magnificent. Ain't nothing you need to
YouTube updates, YouTube tips. Just keep saying it.
YouTube tips, YouTube update. But there, Edward gave a 1. He said he done heard it come through.
He doesn't want to throw that person under the bus.
Okay, go ahead. But yeah, 8 seconds. First 8 seconds. Don't cuss. Okay.
Oh, is that beet juice?
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, it's just.
Is that from Whole Foods?
You know it. That's my spot. I mean, that like a fiend now. I'll be like, ooh, everything tastes so good. And beets are one of them things that's hard to juice. Beets are one of them things. I don't care. Every time I try to juice them myself, they taste like dirt water. And I was like, I can't do it. I can't do it. So when I got this from the Whole Foods, I say this is $5. It's actually $5.99, but you get $1 off with your Prime membership. I spend that because I love the effects of beets because it helps to see that everything is going and flowing. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I love me some beet juice. This one has carrots, beets, and oranges. So
hashtag beets.
You can tell how rich red it is.
Yeah, I love it. I think I've had that one. That's why I knew what it was and where it was from.
I think the mommy juice tastes better.
The beef sector. The Stock Explorer is so confused. Oh, I'll just say it was a live critical of Black men. It really got. Oh, I see.
Oh, and they will continue that on for the next day, the next week, the next that kind of.
But I feel like if you have your settings set to this is not for under 18, then why does it matter? I know Miss V said that ad revenue and certain advertisers don't want to be affiliated with blobbity blue blue blue, but I hear a lot more curse words now on TV than I ever did before. Some nudity and inappropriateness.
Oh yes.
So anyway, none of that is happening over here. There's no nudity here. Profanity, it comes and goes. It's like whatever, but it's not repetitive at all. So it's nothing that they're really gonna catch. But I heard hell is not included or damn. But what if we started claiming as New Englanders that it's part of our culture, because it is technically. We just swear a lot up north. So can we just claim that? They have a sector on YouTube called Beef. Really, boss lady? That doesn't sound like it's actual meat, though. I think it's
beef.
Yeah, she said beef. Like if
beef and we beefing. I'm mad at you. You mad at me.
That's what I'm trying to say. I don't think it's about meat. I think.
Okay. I'm about to say that. No.
I think it's about drama and they have a mommy sector as well. No. I need to get on that. I guess I don't watch. Yeah, me either. I don't really. I have enough stuff going on in my life that I don't really need to look for that sort of stuff. But anyway, good to know. And I really do miss going live and doing my makeup and just chit-chatting. I really do. And playing games and stuff. I really do. It's not that I don't like doing it. I just literally have to prioritize my time, and I'm having less and less of it. I do make Converse with the Mom as a priority. I stop, drop, and roll for Wednesday. But if I can, I will. And if I can give advance notice, I will. It's just, I can't, you know, a lot of times. So I apologize for that. Because I like the interaction with you guys. But anyway, next week, we said this at the beginning, or did we? I don't know if we did. But next week, Wednesday, there will be no Converse with the Mamas. It's spring break for the kiddos. And we are prioritizing time with our family and children, right?
That's right.
Even though I have nothing scheduled for next week.
And watch, you're gonna be busier than ever. Watch.
Nothing scheduled, but that doesn't mean that I'm not doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
There's always something.
Yes. Are you working?
Hmm?
Are you working or no?
Oh, I'm working. Yep.
No, okay.
My usual.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just rough. I have like 3, 4 kind of jobs.
Oh yeah.
YouTube is not considered. So I know my name is One Busy Mama for a reason. And I'm not slacking on that word or that name at all. So if you see me in your chat, if you're a content creator, just say thank you. Because I really can't do all the typing and, you know. This morning I was in Ms. B's live and I was trying to listen, but then I got a phone call and I couldn't even hear her response when she was talking back to me. I was so mad. So I'm going to have to like go back and try to listen to it. But whatever. Sometimes it's best to just say working and lurking. So nobody really talks to me because
I think everybody assumed that I'm working and lurking now. I'm like, I ain't had time to like really chit chat like I wanted to, you know?
It's so rough. But, you know, we got to make a living because as you saw, that YouTube is not breaking the bank over here. Okay.
Exactly.
If anybody has any tips for me to make that in a day, I'm interested. It still won't replace my full-time job, but it's something. So anyway, thanks for coming in. You have any final notices, thoughts, shares? You got something coming up?
I do not. I just have, I'm kind of just like in vacation mode already. This vacation mode. That's like I'm trying to get every game that we have not played as a family. We playing it next week. Okay, you're playing the game. We playing even the ones we may have played already. I'm matching. We got 10 matching games. We playing it. Okay,
that sounds fun.
we have a drawer full of puzzles. We gonna be puzzling. Okay,
yes.
Because somebody put all the things together. Put a whole bunch of puzzles together. So I'm gonna spend time just it's crazy stuff. I need you to separate these puzzles, okay? Fun stuff, you know. But now I just have my workout with me Monday, you know, what's tomorrow? Thursday and Friday. And that's pretty much it. I don't know if I put out shorts, try to put out some shorts every day. I didn't did any premieres in a while. The boss lady was talking, I need to premiere. I was like, yes, boss lady, I need you to premiere them videos. Okay.
Yes.
I need you to premiere them videos. This was all great. I loved hearing your points that you had about International Women's Day. So if y'all missed that, just tune in. We talked about International Women's Day. And some of the things that have come up in discussions. And then we talked about some YouTube updates. So before I go, this is the last thing I have said. I know I be talking about, I say that all the time. Remember, YouTube Studio, go to your music beta category. And what is it called? Yeah, I think that's what it's called. And get your music. You should say, I don't know if it's for everybody, but I know that I got it. You get a $15 credit for music.
Yeah. Yep.
Spend your $15. Even if you say, oh, I don't use YouTube Studio Music. Find something you like. Just play some. Find your genre that you enjoy. Spend your $15 because you may never get it. I've been on YouTube for 3 years almost. And they ain't never gave me nothing, okay? I'm always having to give, and give, okay? They never giving me nothing. They give me $15. So you use that music. And this is not like the old YouTube Studio. They have hits that you hear on the radio now that you can purchase. Yes, honey. Yes, y'all not listening to me. Yes,
I have, but I haven't gone in there yet.
Yes, I'm telling you, don't procrastinate. and do the frugal mama and wait till the last minute. Y'all know I be 6 o'clock. Oh, let me log in. I've been knowing I'm finna go live for the last hour. I've been up there listening to Always Tam, and I've been up there. And she go off early, I listen to Miss Khadijah. And that's what I be talking about. I've been sitting up here. I know I need to be doing something else with it. Don't sleep on this $15 in the YouTube studio. Please, please, please get it. Find your favorite songs or find some songs that may work for you in the future, even if you don't use music in your videos right now.
Now, I can't hear it, though, in the morning when you're playing the music.
Huh?
I can't hear it.
You can't? Y'all never hear the music?
I said that in the chat, but you busy working.
Oh, man. This been since the change or always?
No, since the change. Man, what a friend. If it would have been always, what a friend.
So y'all don't hear, I don't want to hold back either?
No.
Y'all don't hear nothing.
Do you hear it, boss lady? Because I don't hear it.
Oh, man. Wow. Thank you for letting me. I'm glad we had this. I'm so glad we had this time together.
I said it in the chat, but just like when you said to story time with Uncle Bill, you were like, did you have the grandbaby? And he said that yesterday or the other day. Her name's May, and she weighed 8 pounds. I think she was like 21 inches or 20. See, I was like, oh. Yep, see? Boss lady said we never hear the music. Yeah, we hear you singing it.
Well, yeah. I'm gonna have to figure it out. I'm gonna have to figure it out. Why you get? I'm glad y'all said something because maybe it's because it's on the same tab. I'll be having the volume. I don't know, but I'm gonna figure it out. Let me see. But still, get your music. Get your $15 worth of music.
Oh, but we groove it.
Don't use it. Or people can hear you, but you can. That's all that matters.
We grooving in there though. Don't wanna.
Okay, I'm thinking y'all moving and grooving with me. That is hilarious, y'all. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, we're gonna.
I'm glad I said something today because I've been saying it in the chat. Like I don't hear nothing.
I be looking at the chat periodically. Okay, I just kind of gaze. It be a lot going on. I feel like I approach my live stream like like I got a million subscribers.
Like what?
I approach my channel like I have 1 million subscribers. I ain't even gonna lie to you because I figure like when I get 1 million subscribers, it's gonna be rolling so fast. I just have to catch a glimpse because I be looking at people like Tony Robbins and all kind of people who got millions of subscribers. They just they don't look at all that, they don't read all that. They just go. They're like, okay, but you like, girl, you don't even have that right now. But in my mind, like I'm telling you, one morning I'm gonna wake up and I have like 4,000 subscribers. The next day is gonna be like 400,000, 40,000, 400,000, something like that. And it's gonna be like, girl, what you get one of them people to do your stuff? I'm like, no. Back then they didn't want me. Now I don't know. Okay.
Oh, Mr. Terry, hey.
But anyway, I'm just joking at this point. But I know that we like to stay on this 1 hour schedule. But I'm gonna try to work on that. Remind me tomorrow. Type it in the comments. That's what I say. If I miss a comment, type it again because I'm liable to glance over there. I be trying to. Sometimes, I'm going up on my weights, right? And I'm doing some different moves, and I've been practicing in the evening time. And let me tell you something. I barely be breathing, boy. Let's trying to read and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, y'all, I'm sorry. Okay, see y'all later.
Okay. Next time, guys. Peace.